Garret was only 4 years old when he was involved in a motorcycle accident, which resulted in a severed spinal column, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. Although his mental capacities were unaffected, he required a ventilator to keep him alive, and he needed a practical nurse to be with him during school and everything, to be there to help make sure that the ventilator works properly. And so his parents provided this for him for a few years into his schooling, but soon his parents thought that the school district should provide that for him. So now the parents can state their case.
Hi, I'm here today representing my son. We're here to appeal for his need for a nurse to be with him one-on-one. He requires someone to be with him one-on-one that is medically trained. Medically trained does not mean medical professional. He does not need a doctor at all. My family and I, we're all trained on the things he needs to do, such as CPR, and to just always make sure his respirator is working, because he can't breathe on his own, and sometimes it doesn't work, and if no one's there to help him, he can stop breathing, and it's not good. The care he needs isn't extravagant. I know that personally because I take care of him. I'm his mom. If there were a nurse that were over many, many students, they couldn't give Garret the attention and help that he needed. I mean, he could stop breathing and he could go unnoticed for a few minutes and something very bad could happen. That's why he needs that one-on-one nurse with him. Now, I mean, I'm willing to, compromise, and if the teacher that works with him one-on-one or the aide, if they're able to become trained in the medical procedures that he needs, that's perfectly fine, but he needs the one-on-one time and attention. He's eligible for special education, so that means he meets the requirements and eligible for all the laws and regulations and principles that come along with public special education. I know that there's a free, appropriate public education principle under IDEA that anyone, those in poverty included, can receive the education that they need, and the school district will pay for the services and resources that they need to be educated. My son needs this to be educated. He could not be at school if he didn't have that nurse. For a few years, we paid ourselves for a nurse, and even had family go into the classroom to be with him one-on-one every second of the day, but we can no longer do that. It's been a financial burden, and the school district needs to pay for it. We're definitely eligible for that to be taken place. This whole ordeal has just made me feel like the school district doesn't care, that they're not wanting to provide the staff or services to my son that he so desperately needs. It makes me feel like they could care less. He's just another number to the district. They want to use that money elsewhere. I get it, but also my son's education is really important. Important that he can contribute to society and become more reliable or self-reliant on himself. I don't feel like what I'm requesting is unreasonable. A nurse is what he needs to be able to accomplish all of it. Thank you.
Now will the family's attorney please state their case?
Garrett's parents are here today to defend the needs of their son. Garret stands in need of basic care that a nurse can perform easily. This family has paid for Garrett's needs at school out of their own pocket in years past, but it has come to a point where they cannot continue to do so. The school district, under the free appropriate public education principle under IDEA, needs to cover the cost of Garrett's services that are required to help him perform at his best academic level. Without the presence of a nurse, Garret may stop breathing and could result in a serious lawsuit against the school district. A nurse is not a doctor. A nurse could possibly have other responsibilities as well. The district would be liable if anything were to happen to Garret if he didn't receive the correct services that he is eligible for and so badly needs. Staffing a nurse is not only fulfilling the district's responsibility to Garret, but also ensuring themselves from future lawsuits.
Thank you. We will now hear from the superintendent of the Cedar Rapids School District.
The Cedar Rapids Community School District would like to train existing staff members that already work directly with Garret on a daily basis to care for his needs. The school nurse, who is trained on how to assist with Garret's care, can be provided with updated specialty training on an as-needed basis. As the school nurse is able to provide medical assistance with Garret's tracheostomy tube and catheterization, the teachers and aides that assist Garret on a one-on-one level while he is at school can be trained to detect for respiratory distress and provide Garret with life-saving help. Garret has been academically successful thus far and will continue to thrive with the assistance of properly trained teachers, aides, and school nursing staff.
Okay, the school district's attorney now has the floor.
Cedar Rapids Community District intends to appeal the court's decision. Today's appeal is based on the fact that the district is not responsible for providing one-on-one nursing to any students. The needs Garret has are outside the reasonable opportunities that are offered by the district. It is the opinion of the district that Garret's needs require a medical professional and therefore are not the responsibility of the district. Finally, I would like to make it clear that our staff has been educated on Garret's needs, and Cedar Rapids Community District meets all their reasonable needs of all their disabled students without exception.
Each side has made their points. Thank you for being patient and taking turns while speaking. After hearing the family's claim and the district's rebuttal, it is clear that under the statute are precedents and procedures of the IDEA that the school district is responsible for helping integrate people like Garret into the public school system. So because of that, the school district will take the financial responsibility and help Garret with the things that he needs to keep him in the public school. Meeting adjourned.